I am obviously not a professional translator, and I unfortunately don't have the budget to pay for a professional translator. So it was kind of rewriting the whole thing. A lot of things cannot
Yeah.
be like translated textually, and the way that I write, especially the way that I write in Spanish, is like with very long run-on sentences and a lot of metaphors and a lot of things that maybe don't work that well in English because English is like a more concise language. So I try to keep that like feeling of like the run-on sentences and everything by being very careful with the how melodic the paragraphs and everything in the book are, and making sure that if I have something that is extremely long, the next couple of things are going to be very sharp, and they kind of like keep that rhythm and that balance. I think what one of the things that helped me the most was that I was just rewriting slash translating before changing anything, and I started editing only after the entire thing was like completely translated, so I could focus in one thing at a time. And I was gonna say it
Okay.
took me longer, and in theory it took me longer, but like knowing that I basically put out this book in 6 months, I don't think it's like that much longer. And it was very rewarding to actually like read the whole thing in English and not having to go back and forth in my brain with changing languages. I do admit that, especially for like the more surreal aspects of the book, if I wanted to add like a big scene or something, sometimes I would get short on words on English, and I had to first write that scene in Spanish. And then when I
Hmm.
had what I wanted, transform it into English. But like 95% of the book, it was just like a very like, I just did as much as I could with what it was, and then I just did the edit. Which is why I had a lot of people ask me, like, you had the shit first in Spanish. Why are you just not releasing it in Spanish at the same time? And like, they don't realize how much it has changed with the whole translation and editing aspect of it. I would have to retranslate everything back to Spanish, which I want to do. I just don't know when I will have time because we are doing a lot of stuff at Storyforge in the moment. We're releasing a book probably next month. And I'm also doing most of the thing.
Yeah.
So it's a lot, but it's very rewarding.
Yeah. I like how you you bring about the differences in like storytelling between Spanish and English.